What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Beta Memoirs. And last week was a phenomenal week. We've had some massive rips in tech. Powell did come in front of Congress last week, essentially reiterating everything that he has stated. His song and dance has not changed. The bank stress test came back with flying colors. SPY is back up at all-time highs. So again, beginning of the week last week, it was coming down pretty hard for value. Big tech has been massive lately. But towards the end of the week, big tech did die off a bit. Tesla had a massive rip midweek there, but then kind of pulled back on Thursday. Even this morning, I woke up and I know Tesla had been nailed for recalls in China. But was also misleading information about Tesla because the recall is essentially about autopilot that can be done over the air. So there is no requirement for people to actually have to bring their vehicle in and do any kind of repair on the automation part. So being said, again, misleading articles trying to get Tesla to pull back. Tesla's actually needed a pullback to retest the wedge that it just broke out of. In my mind, Tesla is still very bullish going forward from this point. A lot of other ones that are running hot. You got your Amazons, your shops. Facebook have really been ripping hard. But being said, a lot of these stocks, again, have been held back over the past couple months. So they're just kind of letting their hair down and let loose, to be honest, at this point. So it's interesting to see how this whole thing is playing out this coming week. We do have the Chicago PMI coming out on, let me see, I think that is on Tuesday. Chicago PMI comes out on Wednesday at 9:45. And then again, we have a lot of, the same numbers that come out every week. We do have Fed John Williams speaking tomorrow, or on Monday, I should say. But that being said, he has come out, he's said some things that go against Powell, which has been, I think people are kind of trying to understand or getting the grasp of what these other Fed members are coming out and saying, going against Powell. They aren't having quite the impact, right? Because normally they were talking about stuff, even tweets came out about a month or so ago, and they kind of really dropped the market. It was just a quick correction that picked right back up after that first hour. And I kind of expect that. I mean, he's opening Monday at 9 a.m. So I'm looking to see kind of maybe a pullback from his talk on inflation and everything. Just the market in general, everybody just keeps hammering about inflation. Again, transitory. Again, we will see a spike towards the end of the summer, but there's nothing major, right? Your lumber and everything has come way down. Your commodities come way down. So it's something to keep in mind. Value is starting to regain some steam, but I think it is very short-lived. I think growth is going to make a massive rip. Continue to make a massive rip, right? But that being said, you're not going to just go straight up. You have to understand there will be pullbacks, and that is what we're seeing. I think your Amazons, your Facebooks might pull back a little bit more. Your ones like Tesla are going to have some massive rips, right? We got major earnings at the end of July, something to keep in mind. But again, you have to manage risk. But being said, SPY in itself, looking strong, all-time highs. We broke that come on Friday. On the daily, we are hitting the regression line. Not saying that's really much, in my opinion. Every time we've kind of hit that, we've kind of just it's just stalled us for us to get ready to break out above that and start running. Again, I just think there's going to be a rotation. We're starting to see that as opposed to just seeing all tech run together. Have essentially that like tier 2, which you're looking at like Teslas and your Palantirs and NDMs. I think we'll start running this week along with some value going with that. But being said, I think overall the market is very strong, and you'll get a pullback on your Apples, your Facebooks, your Amazons, I think at a little bit this week. But ultimately, I think there'll still be that strength there. I think growth isn't going anywhere. Growth is got the all clear flags. Again, but you have these random comments from Fed members, from the news, people talking about inflation that is not really there. Again, it's all transitory, right? Understanding that things, as supply and demand, things are starting to get caught up because of the pandemic. So that Chicago PMI information could sway us a little bit this week, could give us a hiccup, or we could get a little bit more of a pullback. Ultimately, I think we are very bullish going into this week. Again, on Monday, I believe the market is closed. I will have to definitely check on that. But ultimately, I think we are good to go for this week. I think we got a big green flag on some massive rips going into the 4th of July. So we'll see how that plays out. But again, SPY looking solid going into this week. QQQ also looking kind of flat on Friday, but I think, again, we need to kind of a little bit of a cooling off period. We may even get some more coming into Monday, especially with Fed speaking. I kind of find it funny that the Fed, every time it needs a pullback, they have one of the Fed members come out and talk to get some kind of a pullback in the market, only to turn around and start running. So we'll see how that plays out. But QQQ is still looking really strong. Again, touched all-time highs last week on Thursday. So great to see growth back on the roll. And then as far as my watch list for this week, I got Tesla, Amazon, TTD, and DM. I want to kind of feel the market out this week, but these are my primary ones and what I got. I want to start looking at possibly even some more value. I've been thinking about Wish as well. I know a lot of people are looking at Wish. A lot of people are putting some crazy numbers on the gamma squeeze that's going to happen, or quote unquote will happen with Wish. But it's something I am watching to see where it goes and kind of marking levels. I may jump in. I might do some overnight swings with Wish. Really depends on the movement of Wish. If it really starts to gain momentum, I will start swinging a little bit more Wish myself. But I might take a YOLO, a YOLO on a Wish, just until next month to see, just in case if something does pan out with that and it does start getting traction. I think it's good to also plant some seeds. Again, manage risk, right? Ultimately, don't put your life savings in any of these tickers and think, they're going to go to the moon and you're going to be a millionaire overnight. I think that is the wrong approach to have in this, because I could also go the opposite way very quickly. So being said, I think this is what I have for this week and going and moving forward. So Tesla looking good, right? It did everything kind of just was flat and died on Friday, right? Like the volume's dying out, but Tesla's very much set up. It finally broke out of that range, and this is what I've been talking about. Let me take off the studies here, as you could probably see this a lot clearer. But we had this massive wedge, and we've really been kind of just playing this for quite a few months now, ever since pretty much March from the all-time high. Or February, we've been kind of just dying off since then. But being said, we did break. I am looking for a retest. So even if we hit the 648, if we come back down a little bit more, which is a possibility to retest, I think we're really getting ready to rip for that next leg up. And that's what I'm kind of shooting for. I did take a call in this on Friday in case we do magically just start ripping up from this point. It is very much possible with Tesla. I believe Elon Musk's birthday's on Monday as well. Not that really matters. Starlink came out with some great news again this week as well. So that's why I kind of think that the information about the essential recall was kind of trying to tone down the Tesla downplay with Starlink. And looking at possibly the amount of shares that you hold of Tesla could get you early access to Starlink shares. So that is something also that is very interesting, because I do like Starlink. But being said, Tesla, I love the setup. I know this week it will rip. We may get a pullback on Monday, but ultimately I think from that point forward it's just going to rip up. And I think we do try to even break through this 706 mark here and try to go for that 760 mark, and then possibly if we break that, then we go for all-time highs at that point. So that's what I'm kind of looking at for Tesla. Amazon is the other one. One thing I did like on the daily, it was hitting support. I didn't take this overnight. I wanted to see again on Monday. Maybe we do come back down to this 32.89 mark. Would be nice to hit the trend and then bounce. It is a lower high so far, unless we do bounce here and continue on higher. I think Amazon is definitely going to try to test some things going into this earnings, as they have been really crushing it and really been soaking up a lot of companies during this pandemic. So I'm looking for this to really make a massive run in this next couple of weeks. So maybe I want to see where that pullback really stands this week is ultimately what I'm looking at. TTD is another one. I haven't really traded a lot. I know it's been brought up to my attention a couple of different times. I did trade it on Friday and scalped it pretty good. I actually caught this move perfectly. I did trap it at this 74, probably 74.40 mark, and I rode this up to 78. It was pretty close, top to bottom. Was pretty accurate on this call. I grabbed a couple different calls on this same day expiration and did fairly well on that particular trade on Friday. And then from that point, I pretty much closed it up as I was enjoying a vacation. So that's why I didn't make a video, a little vacation stay for a couple days there. But ultimately, I think this still has plenty of room to run on the daily. Again, looks good. On the hourly here, we are holding above this, and next level is the 83 mark. I do really like this going into. I like the contracts and the way they're set up. Going into, it had that 10-to-1 split as well, but I do like how this is really setting up going into the next coming weeks. Because if we do manage to break that, essentially that 81, 82 mark. We can see 92 even possible, possibly even higher than that. We have to see how that plays out. But I think we are set up good, right? We did break support here on the daily, which is good to see. And as long as we stay above this, I think we're solid. Stay above that 73, 75 mark where it's been kind of hovering. If we open up here on Monday and don't sell off past this point, I'm looking to possibly get in the swing and capture that 73 mark. At least make it to this next zone up on top, demand zone, and see, or supply zone, and see where we're at. So that is what I'm looking at for TDD. DM is another one I got. I've brought this up before. I've taken a position in this. I'm in shares in this. I did catch this on the bottom on this one here. I probably caught it close to around 12. We did retest and come back down to 12, but I do like the consolidation box on this. Ultimately, I do like the company and the fundamentals on this, and I think there's a lot of consolidation going on here that people may be missing out, and possibly shoot up to even 21. I think would be great. 25 possibility, but I think I'm more shooting for that 21 mark. We do need to break this. Even if you want to wait to that 1469 break. Could be a possibility, but right now it's a good spot for entry. Again, as long as it doesn't break this low, essentially that 11, you don't want to get below that. Ultimately, I think there's just also a good that 10-12 mark is a good solid support down there too. It could even double dip if that is the case. But ultimately, what I do like is this box here consolidation that's been happening over the past couple days. A couple months, I should say, rather, going into the month of July. And so I think there may be an extremely bullish move out of here. So I do have shares in this. Small position. I don't have anything too crazy in this, but I do like this setup and going forward. But that is pretty much what I got for you guys. This week is going to be interesting. I think, again, the PMI, any new numbers coming out, I don't think will hold a lot of gravity unless it is way off from estimates or there's something specifically wrong. Again, Fed member might come out, say something on Monday. I might tank the market or have that temporary pullback enough to get into some of these bigger stocks like your Amazons, your Teslas. Getting ready for that next leg up is where we're at right now. I think we're just waiting for that next leg up. Even I might add additional shares of Tesla, depending if it pulls down and retest that wedge mark. I might add there. I'll also try to grab Amazon at that point as well, because I think their runs are not yet done, even though they have run massively. I think there's still plenty in the tank. So being said, remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Till next time, guys, I'll see you later.